One day I woke up with a dream to create the world's most immersive racing simulator, and what's more immersive than driving a car within a sim whilst also being driven in that same car in real life? Now, not one to let dreams be dreamed, I set out and tried to make this a reality. To keep things budget friendly, I bought myself a Logitech G29 and paired it with my Quest 2 headset, and the plan was to run this all using a laptop, but I still needed to find the right car and a willing driver. Luckily I found someone willing to let me try this idea in a Mclaren 720S supercar. The only problem was that this car was in the UK and I live in Australia, so I flew to the UK. The Mclaren 720S is a true masterpiece of engineering and design. With its sleek lines and aggressive stance, this thing turns heads wherever it goes. But it's not just a pretty face. Under the hood, it has a 4-litre V8 engine that pumps out a mind-bending 710 horsepower. It goes from 0 to 60 in just 2.8 seconds. Now, to make sure this car was right for me and to understand what I was really dealing with, I decided to have a couple of rides, and what I experienced was shocking.
So in the car, we're going to see what this is actually like before you even get a sim rig involved. And this is a genuine reaction. Let's see how we go.
Oh.
Oh my days. What? What the hell?
Now that my adrenal glands were completely empty, it was time to get to business installing the components to my sim rig. The plan was simple: install the sim racing parts into the car and experience sim racing heaven. I travelled all this way to do this ridiculous experiment, and the stakes were high. What could possibly go wrong?
I do enjoy making sim rigs. I would say this is probably one of the more exciting ones. The door goes up like this, which is bloody awesome. First thing to go in, the pedals. Pedals are important when you're sim racing, because I think actually this is probably more important than the wheel to get good feel and good lap time. So there we go. Pedals for the driver and pedals for the real driver. And then we've got our wheel, and we're going to set that on top of the PC there. And I completely forgot about this aspect of the thing. Completely forgot about this, but we won't have force feedback because we don't work in the car, so we'll just get rid of this and we'll have a good time. So I'm trying to make this work, Assetto Corsa and the wheel, but it turns out if this isn't plugged into power, obviously the force feedback doesn't work, which is really annoying.
But fear not, I would not allow this opportunity to go to waste. I still had a VR headset, a perfectly working keyboard, and a 200-mile-an-hour Mclaren 720S supercar. So I knuckled down, put the VR headset on, and awaited for the best moment of my sim racing life.
Ready? Oh, this is gonna make me so sick. Okay. We're in the car. Oh my God. So, turns out that doesn't work. Tracking's lost. Okay.
Oh, no.
Turns out the Mclaren is too fast for the VR headset, and as some of you may have guessed, it works on tracking your head, which means if your head suddenly accelerates from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2 seconds, so will your head in the game, meaning that I went straight through the windshield, and that was that. But nonetheless, for a split second, I experienced sim racing heaven. It wasn't perfect, but it was better than nothing, but still disappointing. So after crying for a few minutes, I remembered that I was still sat in the Mclaren 720S supercar, and the amazing quote, "Money doesn't buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in a McLaren," came to mind. So I stopped crying and enjoyed the McLaren. Oh my God! Damn! That hooked up.
Okay guys, as you can see, this didn't work out as I wanted it to, but it was a fun experience nonetheless. Now I'm going to come back bigger and better, and we're going to get the most immersive sim done. But until next time, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps. See you next time.